Lisandro Martinez, Leny Yoro, Kobbie Mainoo, Man United injury news and return dates. Latest Manchester United injury news as they return to Premier League action against Ipswich on Sunday in Ruben Amorim's first match in charge. Leny Yoro, Kobbie Mainoo and Mainoo Mount all featured in Manchester United training on Monday as Ruben Amorim took his first session as head coach. The Portuguese tactician got to work at Carrington with the international break slowly edging towards a conclusion. Amorim will welcome the likes of Manuel Ugarte, Bruno Fernandes, Lisandro Martinez and others when their involvement ends. But the focus was on the visit to Ipswich Town on Sunday, when United returned to Premier League action as they looked to get off to a winning start under the former Sporting CP manager. Ruud van Nistelrooy steered the club to an unbeaten run, which stands at 4 matches following the new appointment, but they sit 4 points off the Champions League places. Leny Yoro. The summer signing continues to step up his recovery from a foot injury and made his return to first-team training before the international break. The 2-week interval would have helped Yoro enhance his chances of making his first Premier League matchday squad after picking up a metatarsal problem, which required surgery in pre-season. During Amorim's first training session, the Frenchman was all smiles with his recovery on track. It remains to be seen whether Yoro will play a role in the upcoming under-21s matches, as he is yet to play competitively in England since his move from Lille. Potential return date, December 4th. Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo was a notable inclusion in training on Monday. A thigh injury has kept the England youngster out of action since early October. However, the 19-year-old is on the comeback trail and will be looking to pick up where he left off under a new era at Old Trafford. Amorim will be conscious of forcing players back and immediately thrusting them into action, risking further injury. It may be the case that Mainoo will be eased back into the first-team setting after an astronomical rise over the last 18 months, with Ipswich possibly coming too soon. Potential return date, November 24. Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez played in Van Nistelrooy's final game in interim charge during the 3-0 win over Leicester City on the eve of the international break. The tenacious defender was called up to the Argentina's squad, but was forced to withdraw with an apparent back injury. Potential return date unknown. Victor Lindelof. The international break hasn't been kind to defender Victor Lindelof. The Sweden centre-back limped off during their Nations League clash with Slovakia last weekend. Potential return date unknown. Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw has suffered from rotten injury luck during his Man United career, with his last appearance coming in February. The left-back will be hoping to accelerate his recovery, featuring in training at the beginning of November, but his involvement over the coming weeks will be closely monitored. Shaw will have had a close eye on Amorim's early days at United, with his rehabilitation continuing. It is likely that Shaw will utilize the under-21 schedule and pick up competitive minutes before he is integrated back into the first-team picture, similar to Tyrell Malacia, who made his much-anticipated return against Huddersfield Town in the EFL Trophy last week. Potential return date unknown. Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire was absent from the collection of training pictures released on Monday. The England defender has been injured since before the October international break, when he was forced off in the first half against Aston Villa. Speaking previously, Van Nistelrooy said Harry Maguire is still working inside on his rehabilitation. Potential return date unknown. Tyrell Malacia. The 25-year-old defender made his eagerly anticipated return to action for the under-21s against Huddersfield Town after an 18-month layoff. He featured in the group that was a part of Amorim's first training session in charge as head coach, with a host of up-and-coming talent in the United ranks. Malacia had suffered a tear in his left meniscus, which he managed to play through until the problem persisted upon his return for pre-season. The Dutch defender has had a trail of misfortune since then, with his last first-team outing coming in May 2023. but the encounter in the EFL Trophy was a personal landmark for the defender. It's unclear when he will return to the fold and be in Amorim's thoughts for selection, but the positives over his return are there. Potential return date unknown.